Listen. So Netflix made a sequel to All the Boys I Loved Before by adding the words P.S. I love you. But I love it in the world of SEO. In order to not confuse people, they just superimpose sequel on the poster. We had covered the first one, which I thought was kind of cute. But then our video got blocked in some places the same day Netflix came out with their recaps, so maybe you can't see it. Sadly, the director, also from the first, didn't come back, but luckily she stayed on as producer after all of the obstacles they went through for the first. And this time around, they got the cinematographer of Dr. Sleep, Hill House, Ouija to direct this movie. Like, I know relationships are scary, but y'all think it's a horror movie. The dude did shoot the first two All the Boys movies, so he is familiar with the production, but it is interesting to see him direct and still be the cinematographer for the movie, and he's pulling the same double duties for the third movie as well. So I don't know if this man got inspired by Roma with Coron also shooting and directing, or if Netflix is out here buying bundle packs with their crew. Either way, the sequel doesn't have the level of charm that the first one did, and I can't say that it's better, but it at least tries to tackle what happens after the cliche happily ever after.
But for every first I was having with him, he'd already had his with her.
Let me explain. So in the first, they were pretending to be a couple after all those letters were sent out to all the boys she loved before. But now these two are official, going on their first date for the second time.
It's actually a two-fork restaurant. They give you the second one just in case you knock the first one off the table.
And Peter's still an idiot. Look, I'm gonna be honest. I personally don't care for these two, but my boy John?
You know who I am?
Someone I sent a love letter to?
Yeah, that's the one.
Netflix is clearly trying to pull the old verses like they did with Twilight back in the day. Their promo even went full epic rap battles for some reason. They've got therapists involved now discussing this teen romance, and I'm completely John Ambrose.
So there is a breakup.
Well, I mean, like, if you've read the book,
We know there's a
you
breakup.
would know.
Listen, John is out here volunteering on his free time, right? He also has that cute Halloween French toast flashback that he shares with her. He's got the double name that he got from Lara Jean, because she was the only one who was calling him that back in the day.
Everyone calls you that.
I know. It's because of you.
Hell, if you go to the source, in tatbilb chapter 11 verse 32, she even admits that John Ambrose was perfect. But Peter got there first?
I've never been a girlfriend before. I hope I'm good at it.
Bro, y'all really need to stop watching those damn 80s movies. This girl always finds herself under contract with another dude. Like, she's worse than TikTok when it comes to permissions.
I bring it to you, you bring it back to me. Those are my terms. Take them or leave them.
Deal.
Like, the concept of dethroning the previous girl just so you can be the sophomore girlfriend who may not even make it to junior year, I think is the goofiest thing. And to think, it was your friend that you betrayed as well? Bruh, she is allowed to be mad at you. Maybe you and Peter do deserve each other.
McLaren, do you remember when you had that stutter?
This man said, what?
I don't really think that's true.
Does anyone want the last slice?
Wait, hold on. Stop.
Listen, okay, look, let me explain something. There are 3 ways to factor in when it comes to the pizza test. You can either take it, leave it, or split it, right? Now, if you're a parent, that means you're a giver. That means that you allow somebody else to get it. If you're in a caring relationship, then this is where that 50-50 thing comes in, where they're supposed to be your better half, and y'all should always go splitsies. If not, then you got the third one, which is you being a piece of and you do whatever Peter Kavinsky does.
Too slow.
That said, Lara Jean ain't too far behind.
Why didn't you tell McLaren that you and I are together?
Well, I wanted to. I tried to. There just never was a good time.
Yeah, there's usually not when you're flirting.
I'm telling you, Lara Jean switches up on you quicker than John Ambrose's skin tone.
But if you ask me, is love blind? The answer is simple. Love is blind.
Obviously, if you read the books, you know that she's going to end up choosing herself. And that's been hinted at since Margot told her little sister to never go to college with a boyfriend. But Laura was too busy eyeing her boyfriend.
Well, before Mom died, she said I should never go to college with a boyfriend.
Fall in love with herself. Is that what it's about?
You're gonna have to watch it.
Did I just crush it?
You did. You crushed it.
Okay. Most important relationship that you have is the one you have with
Yourself.
That said, I thought the sister was still funny in this movie. The friend was great in Color Out of Space. But if there's one character who needs to come back for the third, it's clearly Stormy.
No woman should be out in public with that look on her face.
I get who it's for. It's the demo that reads Cosmo and I guess eats Subway. Netflix, not BuzzFeed, but Netflix even had the cast reviewing TikToks for promo. But in the end, it's really just a love story that's going to have Laura breaking more hearts than the love she thought she was giving before.
I actually ship Lara Jean with Peter.
And I ship Lara Jean with John.
I pick Peter. But also,
Listen, you guys, this question keeps me up at night. Don't. I get it. You're just
Coming soon. Thank you guys for checking out this video. I'm curious to know your thoughts down below in the comment section. I don't know how the dad got more than Laura, but that happened in the sequel. Again, I don't think it's better than the first, but if it was repeating the same things, then that would also suck. It's kind of got to be like that middle Rocky chapter where, you know, all the movies, as we know, they always end with the happily ever after, and a lot of movies have covered what happens after the happily ever after, so it's not like this one's too original. I would say the best one is Shrek 2, you know. Name me another better happily ever after movie than that one. Let me know your thoughts down below, though, when it comes to this one, what you're hoping to see in the third, if you like this one more than the first one or vice versa, or anything else that you want me to cover. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and no Centineo.